check, check. Hello, can you hear me? Who's out there? Okay. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I only see like one person watching so far. I'll give you a minute. I don't know, maybe everybody's going to sleep already. I'm such a night owl. But hey, what's up? I'm DJ Phazer. Welcome to Phazerville. It is end of Stoptober. My mic placement is not ideal. But hey, I will try to deal with it. But, yes. So, I'm talking over this way, and I'm trying to look over this way. I don't know. It is what it is. Maybe it would be better. Is that better? How about that? Yeah. All right. So, end of Stoptober. I'm a little loud, aren't I? End of Stoptober is in effect. And it is my yearly challenge to myself every October to try to make just a brand new piece of music every single day for the whole month. And what you're hearing in the background right now is actually, it's like an ambient drone thing that I made for my friend Jezebel. It was just one of the things I made at the end of September, actually. So it's not really part of the challenge, but it kind of rolled over into the first day's piece. So. Anyway, a little bit of explanation. The idea is to make a brand new piece of sound, like sound design or music or something. Just do something every single day for this month. It's sort of like in the software world, there's an idea of rapid prototyping, and I've been away from software for a while, so I don't know, but the general idea, rapid prototyping is to just very quickly come up with brand new stuff. And it's a good exercise for like sharpening your skills and making it a habit. So it's not necessarily about making complete, polished, finished works. It's more about just like doing it quickly, seeing how much you can do in just one day. And this year is a little different because, well, I don't know. It's not necessarily different, but this year I have a full-time job that I'm juggling. I work 12-hour shifts 5 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week. It's like it's rotating. So I work like 3 days on, and then I get 2 days off, and I work another 2 days, get 2 days off, 3 days, etc. So it's a little challenging. I wasn't able to do anything for day 6. So I've already missed a day, but big deal. I'll let it go. I'm still cranking things out. So this first thing you're hearing is one of the drone things I made. Is anyone out there? Say hi if you're watching. I tried to make it... I'm trying to broadcast it on Facebook too, but it never seems to work. It just doesn't work on Facebook. All my people are probably elsewhere at the moment. But, okay, I'll just try to dive right into it. Just for everyone watching later on. So, yeah. This is my new studio space. This is the first live stream I've done in my new space. It's kind of a mess. Like, I just got random crap laying around, and my life is in a perpetual state of chaos. I mean, that's just the nature of the universe. So, like, nothing is necessarily set up in an ideal way. I'm always reconfiguring and moving things, and like, I think I'm done with weddings for the year, but I did a couple weddings, and so like each weekend that I do a wedding, I pack up all my stuff, and then when I get back home, I don't want to set it all up again, especially if I'm gonna have to pack it up the next weekend. But I got another, let's see, my other camera over here. See that? Another camera. So you can see, once I get things going, I'll have it all laid out over here. So, yeah, I'll start showing things off again. This is just in the way. But, yeah, and then I'm also going to be showing you some stuff in my DAW. If that'll work. Yeah, so I guess for day one, the piece for day one was actually this. Yeah, can you see it all right? So this is day one of this month for end of Stoptober. It's kind of a recycled piece of the drones that I made. So when I first started just now, I was playing this Lingering Feeling one that I made back in September 24th. I made a couple other ones. There's this one, Mindful Vision. You hear it? So they're just drones. It's basically I set up a bunch of tone generators with all kinds of effects and reverbs and stuff, and it just kind of fades in and out of each one, and there's filters slowly moving around. So it's just like a constant sort of tone. There's a few different notes that I picked, and it ends up being a chord, and it just fades between the different tones gradually, so that it slowly evolves, and it just goes on forever. And the idea is for like background ambient textures intended for meditation videos. Is my audio is biased toward the right, which doesn't make sense. It's this mixer. This mixer is biased. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell with this piece because it's actually the left and right are very different. So it's like panning. There's different tones in each side, panning in and out. And then there was this other one, Moody Shift. Kind of the same idea, So I'll show you first, just real quick, how I made that. This is the actual project file for it. I call it Drone Fader. Was my little preset. I'm using this little. It's just a simple thing that fades back and forth between two inputs. It's one of the stock JS plugins in Reaper. So you see this. This little crossfader is automated with an LFO set to a very slow speed. So it's just constantly, slowly fading back and forth. That's on the master group track, and then, it's fading back and forth between a bunch of tone generators like this. These two are just basic sine waves set to low octave, C sharp, and A. So let's see if I can solo them. So this is just kind of a sine wave subtone, if you can hear that, if you're listening on good speakers. And then there's more textured ones. So this is a saw wave and a triangle wave. And over here, it's the same thing, another triangle and a saw. And I've just, kind of set them up in various ways. They've all got these tremolo plugins. This is another thing that just fades the volume up and down. And then a bunch of Valhalla. This, I need to point out, this is a fantastic plugin, and it's free. It's their latest one that they're giving away for free. It's like a reverb delay kind of thing. I'm trying not to. There's all kinds of little presets in here for reverbs and echoes. It's just fantastic. So I slapped a bunch of those supermassives on all these, and then the master bus track also sends everything to a vintage verb and a shimmer. So, it's just a bunch of basic tones, but they're being modulated in all over the place. And there's a little bit of a tube distortion there, saturation. And then they're all, sending to these other reverbs. So it's just a very spacey, really spacey tones. Okay, so that's how I made that. It's pretty neat. And then, so for day one, like on the eve of September 30th, going into October 1st, I decided to chop little bits out of the rendered files. I guess you can't. It's not going to come through there, but why did I have these? Oh, yeah, okay. So I don't know. I can't really. I've got rid of all the little pieces, but oh yeah, this is still here. So here's the rendered file of the drone, the ambient drone. And so it's constantly evolving, which means like if you just jump to any given point in the track, it's a nice tone, and it's like a constantly evolving timbre. So I got the idea to just chop out a bunch of little bits of them and turn them into a sampled instrument. That's exactly what I did. Will this? So I'm playing on my keyboard, my MIDI keyboard here. And I've got it configured so there's a bunch of different chops. Just a second here. I'm going to find the files. So yeah, these are all the chops. So yeah, I just chopped a bunch of little bits, just little pieces out of the full thing with the idea to turn them into sampled instruments. Yeah. And depending on how hard you hit the key, the velocity picks a different slice. So it's like in effect it's a really diverse chord stab, almost like a wavetable thing. And naturally I sequenced a bunch of arpeggios on it. This is the main, this loop section here is where I refined it. So there's that, and I rendered it. I just rendered it just for, so this is day one. So that's a nice little loop. And it's really rich textures because there's bass tones in there. There's saw waves. It's just I don't know. It's just really interesting. So that was day one. And I didn't do much more than that with day one. Let's see here. For day two, see, I'm going to pull up all the projects to show them off and like how I did it. Is anybody out there live right now? I was hoping somebody would be around to talk to, but all right. So day two, I went further with that. I picked out, I hope this isn't like glitching the audio when I load the project, but so day two, I went even further with that, kind of built on the same thing. So I have some of the samples from the ambient drones. Excuse me. I picked out a few of them. This time though, I just picked a specific one because of some glitches that I was encountering. But so there's plus I got some chorus on there. EQ. By the way, this is my new favorite EQ. There's a dude on the Reaper forums that made this just out of like a passion project. And it's an incredible EQ, and it's free. He's giving it away for free. I might have to throw him some dollars because it's such a fantastic EQ. But it's a fantastic EQ with a fantastic spectrum analyzer. I think it's basically kind of designed after the FabFilter Pro Q or something like that. But it's absolutely free, and it's one of the Reaper JS. It's written in the JS language for Reaper. So it's Reaper exclusive, but hey, if you use Reaper, it's the best EQ that I've found now. Best free EQ. So, yeah, I revisited the same sampled chord stab instrument thing, and I actually built a whole track out of it. So check it out. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting. I'm doing this special, so I have to send the audio out. The audio goes out of one of the spare outputs through the mixer back into my sound card so that you can hear it on the live stream. It's a little tricky. So you weren't even hearing when I was playing this. That's the lower ones. Oh yeah, and there's like filter sweeps and stuff. There's two different. Oh. What? What's going on here? Maybe I don't remember. Everything is done in the moment, and I don't know. So one of those is working, and the other one's just got the volume turned all the way down, I guess. Maybe I was experimenting. Trying to layer two different sounds as one on the same track. Anyway, I'll just play you the whole thing. This is day 2. Yeah. So that was day 2. Just gonna loop around. Yeah, so like other than the drums, it was exclusively those samples. And you hear the pitch bending stuff going on. That's actually a fairly recent feature addition to the Resamplematic. This is the stock sampler plugin that comes with Reaper. And they recently added portamento capability, which is awesome because, you know, that's dope. And that's just a sample. Yeah. You can make some sick, like, textured bass sounds. Really, really cool. So that was day 2. What was day 3? Oh, day 3 was, I called it reactivation. Come on. Day 3. I'm kind of nervous to pull this one up because it might be a heavy plugin. Let's try. Can my computer handle everything? All right. This one was simply... Yeah, there's only like one drum loop that I threw in there, but the rest of it is just me playing around with Reactor. Oh, and it's a little glitchy. Let's see. It's in here. Okay. Yeah, I was just playing around with Reactor. And I initially got like started playing around with the what's it called? Reactor elements, metaphysical function. So this is it's kind of like a drone, or yeah, it's a drone kind of a thing. And I was playing around with that for a minute, and then I got bored and went around, looking at these other things. These are just like some of the stock things that you can get. I got Reactor along with my Native Instruments sound interface, so I didn't actually buy this, but it came along with the hardware that I bought. So, but then there's this microprism instrument, and it's just I don't really know how it works or whatever. I was just surfing the presets. So I just started playing with all the presets and kind of came up with 2 different MIDI patterns that you can see right here that are muted, but so I just came up with 2 melodies and basically rendered them out on a bunch of different preset instruments on the microprism and had a lot of fun with it. I'll just play it for you, I guess. Oh, hold on. Gotta switch the output. This is kind of a sloppy stream, sorry. I just knew that I wanted to do this today. This is essentially today's contribution for the music. But here you go. Nice little string. Drums. Drum and bass, guys. Yes. Pretty cool. Drum and bass thing. So yeah, all of those. Check. Am I too loud? Might want to turn the master down right here. Check. Okay. Yeah, all of these things, all these little pieces of audio that were rendered are just, rendered on different presets in this microprism reactor instrument. With the exception, there's the bass. But so then I just took the individual bass stabs and manually chopped them and re-glued them in order to make this driving bass line. Dig it. So that was a lot of fun. That was just straight up jamming, basically just jamming on presets for like a couple hours. And I threw it. So I don't know. Not a whole lot of processing or mixing. There's a vintage verb and a bunch of EQs. And what is it? This chordy thing. Oh yeah, just at the very end it sweeps up. EQ, a high pass sweeps up to make it help it fade out. So, nothing too fancy there. It's just a bunch of really nice sounding instruments. Yeah. Do I have anything else? This is automatic. Go straight back to this. So, yeah. End of Stoptober is what I call it, because end of stop is my kind of my brand philosophy thing. End of stop means that it was originally a shipping label that goes on the last box of a shipment that's delivered to a business. So when you get to the last box, it says end of stop, which means it's the last, it's the end of this stop on the delivery route. I've taken that and kind of recycled it into my own creative philosophy that end of stop is like a signal that you're done being stopped. You know what I mean? It's a signal to move forward and progress and just keep going. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty cool. And like, honestly, it's really helped motivate me to embrace that as a slogan. End of stop. Like, all right, guys, it's time, it's time to just get going. Like, let go of whatever you've been doing, let go of the past and just look forward and just do new things and just, yeah. You feel me? Okay, what was day 4? Multi-sampling orchestra bells. Okay, so day 4, I should have brought them down here to show. I can just kind of show some photos on my phone. I guess this is sloppy, but so I grabbed my brother's old set of bells. It's a glockenspiel. It looks like a xylophone, but I was confused until I looked it up. A xylophone is technically wooden plates, whereas a glockenspiel is metal. Can you see them? So it's a nice little set of orchestra bells, and I recorded it with my Tascam. So Yeah, I'm gonna move over here for a minute and try to show you. Like this is how I have this Tascam recorder, and it's a 4-track. It's a multi-track recorder, so it can record the 2 internal mic inputs, but then it can also record out of 2 XLR TRS combination input ports on the bottom. And so as just like a really quick thing, like I didn't even plan it out, but I used Caustic on my phone. So I used Caustic on my phone to come up with just a quick drum beat. Plugged in here and so I just recorded like a quick little drum part into the Tascam with the intention of then going and recording some of the orchestra bells along to it. So you can like overdub. You can do overdubbing. Like you could basically record multi-layers of a whole track just in this thing alone. This is the DR40 model of Tascam. It's pretty fun and useful. It's great for like jotting down musical ideas, audio ideas. You're not going to be able to hear this way, but I can actually just plug into my mixer and let you hear it straight from my phone the way that I did it. With the caveat that you can't actually see my screen. But I came up with a quick beat. Okay. Essentially just played in some tile sounds. Let's see if you can hear it. That's pretty quiet. Yeah, the tiles are really quiet. So these are the clinky tile sounds that I recorded quite a while ago. Check. Okay, cool. And then there's a basic boom bap drums. So yeah, a noise snare. This is a snare I made out of white noise. It's just a layer. And then the other one. Basic stuff. So altogether, it was started with the tiles just as a texture. And that's basically it. I just recorded that into the Tascam while muting and unmuting things, on the fly in order to just make a little beat. All right, so, and then I recorded some bells stuff over it, and I didn't actually come up with anything good. Where was it? Day 4? Okay, yeah, this was what I ended up making out of it. So this was the raw recording of the drums from the Tascam. Right? And then I ended up adding this bass line last, but then there's these just little bits of bells that I had recorded. Pretty. I really love the way they sound. I haven't fully fleshed out. Like, I went through and carefully recorded each note one by one with, various at various velocities, basically. And I plan on really editing them and importing them into some kind of sampler that will do it justice to, map them out to each key for a true multi-sampled instrument that I done myself. I mean, obviously it's nothing too unique. Like, orchestra bells have been sampled virtual instruments plenty of times, I'm sure. Like, you could just find a preset. But the point is to do it myself, experience the process, and you gain something out of doing it. Plus, you gain, if you're successful, you gain your own truly unique instrument. So I'll just play this whole one. This is day 4. Starts out. Wait. I'm sorry, I forgot again. I really need to come up with a better solution for this. So you couldn't even hear that. So what I said, this is the raw recording of the drums from the Tascam. Just like what I just played off of my actual phone. And then here's the just a few pieces of bells that I tried to record along to it, but I ended up, chopping them and micro editing so they fit. Yeah, basically like that. It sounds really good in reverb. So I have a Valhalla room set on chamber. And then there's also this, that's just a final mix ambience. You can hardly hear anything on that, but that's just to glue the whole mix together. Anyway, let me play the whole thing. Just light tile texture to begin, and then cool. Yep, just a basic thing. But I really love how those bells sound. It's so pretty. Especially with the reverb. Like, hold on. Here, let me play it dry. Like, they're so pretty just dry. It's just like metal plates, and so they resonate so nicely. A nice pure tone. And so you know, I recorded that with the Tascam, which is a fantastic recorder. Like it has excellent sound quality. I love it. But then, you know, just there's some EQ rolling off the lows. There's not a whole lot of lows in there, but it's just to get rid of the noise. And then I have this nice little compressor. This is a free one too. DC1A3 from Klanghelm. Doesn't do, like, you can't really hear it doing a whole lot on this particular sample. Like, you can see it working. It's not doing any more than 1, maybe 1.5 decibels of reduction. But this is the default. Like, this is the default setting. Input at -8, and then the output compensated back up to +8. And I don't know. That's a pretty nice little. It's my default chain at the moment that I can turn on and off. Anyway, so these bells sound fantastic when you send them to this Valhalla room. Just magical. I love it. By the way, I did recently pay for these Valhalla plugins because I love them so much. I tried them out for a while, the demo versions, and finally they're $50 a piece. Okay, $50 for each of the paid Valhalla plugins. There's also the free one. There's a couple free ones: the Freak Echo and the Supermassive, and I think there's one other free one. And they're just all so good. They're really well designed. So that was day 4. Yes. Back over here, day 5 was exclusively on my phone. Actually, let me show you real quick the raw sample. In fact, yeah, let me show you this project. This is the project where I was trying to, where I still need to do it actually to, like these are the raw recordings where I recorded each note one at a time. Yeah. So I got to go through here and chop out all these individual hits and try to make an instrument out of it. And after I was done doing that for about an hour, I was just like, all right, let's just play it all chromatically. Just for completeness. Pretty cool. And then I started just like improvising some actual like parts. So that's where that part came from for day 3 or day 4. Yeah, we're still on day 4. Yeah, I was just playing around. And then kind of sloppy because, you know, this was probably my first time actually attempting to play a glockenspiel. Soft and delicate. And then there was this one. All right, so let me play each part individually. All right, I came up with this pattern. I'm pretty sure that's D F E. D D D F F F F F E E E E. And then the lower. Oh yeah, whatever the fifth is. So I had to stretch this bottom one a little bit, but together they sound like this. All right. Back over here, I rendered that little loop there as one, and I imported it into my phone and used caustic to build a beat with it. I'm gonna play this for you and run to the bathroom. Yeah. Pretty cool. I drink a lot of water, so I don't know how I ever get through an hour-long session. How long have I been on? Almost an hour. So that was day 5. And I would like to break down a little bit how that worked, but so I have a couple caustic vlogs on my YouTube channel already where I kind of go over, like I flipped a sample like this before. Oh, let's is it off? There's some effects that toggle on and off, distortion and the wah-wah. But this is the basic sample. And I literally picked the tempo based on one note. Like one of the, like the sample is transposed. Let me see if I can, yeah, so here's the full sample. Chimes. They're bells, yes. What's happening, maiden of the wood? They really are nice. I'm going to do a lot more with these for sure. Like it's going to end up adding a really nice high twinkly texture on top of my, already strong mid and low bass kind of sounds that I play with. But it's so nice and twinkly. It's got that nice super pure high end. And then you slap on the distortion and it's just, the thing is, it's already such a nice pure tone that when you add distortion, it sounds really nice. But here's the full sample imported into Caustic. I'll try to show you on my phone screen. So that's just like the raw wave there, and I imported that into C4 into the PCM synth. And let's see. So I'm no. Yeah, so I'm playing it down on, what is it? E. Yeah, the original sample, at least I placed it on the keyboard at C. So I'm playing the whole thing transposed down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's pitched down 8 semitones from the original. And then I set the tempo according to what worked with that, which happens to be 77 BPM. Naturally, just loaded a drum kit. This drum kit actually, the kick and the snare are samples that I got off of the We Suck at Producing Discord. This one's from Benny, and then this one's called Zealot Snare. I think this is a standard snare that comes in a sample pack, I think. I'm not sure if somebody made it or if it was just dropped. So naturally, just came up with a nice tight drum pattern. And, that's all you really need. Then I added a bass. Last minute bass line. All together, that's all you need is a drum. The nice rich sample and a drum beat. And, there's a little bit of reverb and delay on the bells. So I went ahead and rendered that and then used the Caustic mastering app to master it all on my phone. So I didn't even play you the mastered version. I will, though. Just real quick, if I can find it. My life is such a mess right now. Here's the final master. Super loud. I just love that fuzz. So the end part there was just an octave up. So it plays the sample exactly twice as fast and an octave up. That's about it for that one. That was day 5. Like I say, I didn't really do anything for day 6 because I was stuck at work. It was the third day in a row of 12-hour shifts. Yeah, nothing really for day 6, but day 7 was yesterday. Move back over here and I'll load it up. Okay. All right, everything. I'm trying to be my own producer. I'm trying to do it all, you know. I wear all of the hats. Day 7. Let me get it loaded up here. I didn't really like finish it and render it yet. I was just working on some ideas. But here's day 7. It was mainly a drum beat thing that I came up. Oh yeah, so I actually started this track with just the snare. It's a 707 snare 2. I think I grabbed it from the We Suck at Producing Discord. But it's such a nice little snare. Can you even hear it? It's just there it is. That's the raw sample. I got it turned up too high, don't I? I really like that snare. So I decided to make a little beat out of it. Along with, like, this is a loop that came out of, before I moved, I was doing the Happy Accidents series where I was just jamming for I would just jam for a couple hours and just record the whole thing. And so I have a lot of recordings of just me playing around with drums. And I go through when I don't have any other inspiration, I just dig through my old recordings and mine them for nice loops like this one. Like, it's already been EQ'd and stuff. Oh, pretty drastic EQ. This dip is to get rid of the snare because I have another snare. So there's that. And this little hi-hat loop. That's really heavily sidechained as well. This project isn't even mastered yet, so it's kind of quiet. Let me just throw a limiter on here to bring up. Yeah, so here's the full beat. It's kind of a housey thing at 110 BPM. And That was almost as far as I got. I threw this amen break in there just because, but I don't really want to keep it there. Oh, hold on. The side chain. Really slowed down amen break. But like I say, I don't think it's really fitting the vibe that I was trying to go for. And then I recently saw like a tip tutorial thing about this MIDI sequencer Mega Baby is what it's called. It's one of the stock JS plugins that comes with Reaper, and it's it's just a basic sequencer, but it's not that basic. It's got quite a few, like it's got a bunch of features here. Swing, note length. You can there's 15 different pattern slots. You can change the pattern by sending a MIDI note, as well as all this other stuff: transpose, resync, quantize, have it record in. I haven't even played with all the things yet. But I decided to try to use this for patterns rather than just MIDI items, recording MIDI like I usually do, because there's just it's just a different kind of workflow to use patterns and switch between patterns. So I have two. So I have two different variations on the patterns, and this is on my vocal cord sampled instrument that I made last year. Was it last year or the year before? It's a snippet that was taken out of a project where I recorded multiple vocal layers and harmonized with myself. Oh, then there's this Surge instrument that I was trying to craft my own wavetable patch using one of the ambient drone slices. I haven't. That's where I got lost, because I don't know what I'm doing yet, and I'm just trying to figure it out, and I haven't come up with anything too special there yet. But the vocal cord, yeah, I used that quite a bit last year, and I wanted to bring it back in to something new and try to, I do a lot of sound design, and then I don't end up making full tracks. So one of the things I want to do is try to just pull in all the elements. Every now and then I get out of the sound design mode and I get into the mode of I just want to combine all the cool stuff that I've made separately into one nice amazing masterpiece, So it's the coolest drums, the coolest, sample patches, all my favorite presets, nice bass, bring it all together and make something amazing. And of course, it takes more than one day to really do it. And yeah. But I digress. Here's what this is at the moment, and this is really all I've got for day 7. Just kind of a long drum intro, and then the thing kicks in. And that's about it. That will loop forever and ever. Yeah. So thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. That's basically the week 1 recap for end of Stoptober 2020. I hope you were entertained, maybe learned a little something, found some inspiration. I'm due for a break. Been streaming for a little over an hour. I need to eat some proper breakfast. I had an apple and a protein bar, but yeah, about that time. What is this marker? I didn't put that there. So yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with something real quick for today, and then I gotta work all weekend again, so we'll see. Maybe I'll just come up with some things on my phone, but the challenge still stands. If you want to join in, it's a month-long music challenge. It's never too late to get started. Just do it. You know? Don't hold back. Yeah. That's about it. That's about all I got for today. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, I'll be doing another one after about another week, but it won't be next Thursday because I work next Thursday. So it might be Friday? There's stuff going on Saturday. Might be next Friday, the 16th. I'll try to do another live stream to recap whatever I did in the next week of time. Yeah. With that being said, I hope you all join in the challenge. If you want to participate and follow along with my progress, or participate and show off your own creation, your own daily creations, I have a Discord server, and I think I'll put the link to it in the description of this video on YouTube. Otherwise, just message me and I will hook it up. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, guys, I'm out of here. DJ Phazer. This has been End of Stoptober, week number 1. I will see you all next time. I'll leave you with more of my ambient tones. This one's called Mindful Vision.